And see, I can tell because on this screen, it stopped. And now I'm back again. Okay, here we go. We are back. The Rise and Grind Morning. Your man John Allen is here, keeping that same old feeling. Now we are back on YouTube as well. I'm getting notifications that we are back once again. So wherever you are, if you are not feeling up, the weather is crazy this year, guys. The weather is simply insane. If you feel that nasal congestion thing going on, keep your butt at the house. Trust me. I mean, you're not going to do your job any justice if you go in there sick and you get everyone else sick. So here's what you do. You call in, say, listen, I'm not feeling it today. I mean, I'm sneezing, I'm coughing, I can't breathe. And I think it's best that I stay home today. And if your boss is any kind of decent person, he's going to say, do you need anything first? And if he says that, you got a cool boss because he's concerned about you as a person. Because let's face it, if you drop dead, God forbid, if you drop dead on your job, guess what they're going to do? They're going to call EMS, they're going to come get the body, and they're going to have somebody else in your place before your seat get cold. So please, take care of yourself. Look out for yourself first. We are examining and enjoying all the top jazz intros like this one. Now, that was the Crusaders. These are the Crusaders as well. Featuring my girl, Randy Crawford. Good morning to you, wherever you might be. Thank you for joining us. This is Street Life. Those of you who live elsewhere from where you grew up, hey, baby. When you come back to the neighborhood and you see how people have changed, how they've grown, how they've matured, how those little children have now grown up. They've got jobs of their own. You look and you say something like this.
I still hang around, neither lost nor found. Hear the lonely sound of music in the night.
It's all about that life. Good morning, baby sis. Vicky Howard Terry, what's going on? We're still enjoying the top jazz intros, and we couldn't do it the proper way without this song. These are the Crusaders featuring Randy Crawford, and this is Street Life. First of all, that is one hell of a long intro. But it's well worth it.
I play the street life.
What's happening, John B? What's going on out there?
Street life.
Exactly. You're exactly right.
Street life.
What's going on, Raw Talk? This was like a 3-minute intro, and it changed tempo during the intro, and then it hit a break and just speeded up. We're examining and enjoying all the top jazz intros of all time. We've already done the Blackbirds. I've got Quincy Jones coming up next. Top of the AM to you as well. Now I'm going to share something with you guys. I called Thad this morning, and he was still asleep. Now, for those of you who don't know Thad, Thad was my barber back in the day, and it was Thad and I who came up with the ideal for WJZD Radio. Sitting in his barber chair, this is where we came up with it. And I decided, let's have a nostalgic moment. I'm going back over there to get a fade. I have not cut my hair, even though it's starting to grow back. I haven't cut it. I'm just going to get a fade, and we're going to revisit my youth. Hockey tournament weekend, John B. Please, John, don't jump over the... See, John don't know how to act, baby. John went to a hockey game and almost wanted to beat the ref down. Selena Grand Risings again. John, I'm not coming to bail you out, okay? You know I will if I got to. But see, if I come and bail you out, then Harry gonna call both of us into the office and it gets ugly.
Street life, it's the only life I know.
This is the Rise and Grind Morning.
Life,
Still to come this hour, Quincy, Earl, Bob, Roy, Sergio, Freddie, and Jean-Luc. I'm still looking for you guys to join us on our listener's choice. Selena, I know you can do it. I know John can do it. And Raw Talk, you as well. Our listener's choice hour is every Saturday night at 8 p.m. And all you have to do, if you have the facilities, just make it a 1-hour jazz show. I need you to talk 4 times on it. Tell me who you are. Say something real cool. Say hi to your friends. And do an intro over a song. And make sure it's 1 hour long. And email it to me at wjzdradio@gmail.com. Now, if you do not have the facilities to do it, you're working on it, Selena? Okay. If you do not have those facilities, here's what you do. Your phone has a record feature on it. Now, record yourself doing 4 segments and just email me a list of songs. Just to send all of that, the voiceovers and the list, to wjzdradio@gmail.com. Once you send it to me, I will put it together for you. You got your first intro, but then you get too busy. You got to put, hey, Lucky Chucky, what's going on? You have to put everything else on hold to get this. Every commercial you've ever heard, every hour of music that you've ever heard, whether it be by me, by Kyle, by J Square, by Mellow Mike, by Gene Edwards, by O'Neal Stevens, by Bannies, by, Mauricio D'Aduzio, O'Neal Stevens, you have to make time for it if you want to do it. Okay, yeah, Chucky, do that. Go to your phone, there's a record feature. And it'll have a record button on it, and you record yourself saying, hey, this is your man Chucky, and this is the Listener's Choice Hour on WJZD Radio with music from Quincy Jones or whomever you want to play. Don't put the music up under it. I will do that. Then send me a list of all 12 songs, 12 songs. Send me that list, and then send me those recorded voiceovers. I will put it together in my studio. You want to have a career in radio? You got to love this business to do it. Baby, you got a studio. What are you talking about? Me studio is Sue Studio, you know? Stu Studio. Tony Hill, good morning. Oh, it's car prom tonight. That's right. Feifei is back. Good morning, Feifei. Karen McFerrin. I'm debating on car prom. I've done it before. Once you've done the car prom, $500 and they don't even feed me. Come on. Selena, you can't do a podcast. I need to talk to you because we're going to restructure everything. And there's always room for you.
Yeah.
And you, Tony. See, Tony's in real estate. We can talk about selling houses. We can talk about anything.
Because there's no place I can go.
This hour, we are talking about the songs with the
Only life I know.
most amazing intros. The top jazz intros of all time.
Street life,
This song had one of them,
play your life
The Crusaders.
away. You let the people
But I'm going to tell you something.
just do you
The
want.
next song,
And every night you shine.
it set a cool vibe. Every time you heard the intro, it would just change the vibe wherever you were at.
Masquerade. You dress, you walk, you talk. You're who you think you are. Street life.
So let's make this happen.
Can run away from time. Street
Once again, if you don't have to go out today, please, I urge you, do not go out. It is ugly out. Spoke to Ralph Armstrong, spoke to Corey. Both of them are getting sick.
you're gonna feel the cold.
You know, and
There's always love for sale.
the boss over here, Dawn, she was like, I sure would like to go hear some. I'm like, well, go ahead. I'm not going.
You keep it young.
I can't afford to get sick. I can, but I don't want to get sick. I hate getting sick. Can you see me on stage, Tony? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to First Friday. It just doesn't. It's not a good look. Hey, Anthony Ruckert, how are you? Happy New Year's to you. Absolutely. Anthony Ruckert is a great chef also. That boy can cook. Now that I've got you guys on with me, I have a question. I asked it just before we changed back over. So, when the Detroit Lions win the Super Bowl, okay, I'm going to put it out there. When we win this year, wouldn't it be cool if for that one game they made Barry Sanders an honorary captain so he can get a well-deserved ring? What do you think about that? That is my question to you guys today. Should they make Barry Sanders an honorary captain when they get to the Super Bowl? That way, when they win, he gets a ring. There you go. That's all right, Chucky. Download that app. What do you guys think about that? Should the Lions make Barry Sanders an honorary captain? Is that one of your goals for 2025? Setting goals, not resolutions, goals. Because goals we actively seek to achieve. Resolutions, we like, screw it, I'm done. What's up, Pat Reed? LaShawn says Barry was the guy, and yes, he should get a ring as honorary captain. And Megatron, good idea. Chucky says, yes, they should make him a captain. In fact, suit him up to play. Now, I don't know, Barry, last time I saw Barry a little out of shape, you know. He in better shape than me. But Calvin Johnson, he should get one as well. But those were, I mean, Barry took the brunt of the punishment, and he made everybody a highlight film. Whenever Barry touched the ball, it was amazing. But so you guys think he should be a good morning from Menzies Salon. So Pat, you ain't at work today. You over at the salon? Shout out to Menzies Salon. Karen McFerrin. You've always liked the intro of Donald Byrd's You and Music. Okay. I do have I did play a Donald Blackbird song this hour already, but check this one out. This song changes the vibe every time you hear it. This one. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? We are talking about music, Karen. Can't you feel it? Can you hear it? Touching you. Yes. This is Quincy Jones. It's all about body heat today. One of the greatest intros ever.
The temperature's rising, and it's not surprising. But when you're close to me, girl, it's so tantalizing.
This man, Quincy,
I can't help myself.
when it comes down to musical genius, he falls in the category of a Stevie Wonder.
I act in this fashion.
Because without Quincy,
My passion.
not only you don't have none of the Michael Jackson hits, you don't have a lot of Burt Bacharach hits, you don't have a lot of Earth, Wind, and Fire hits.
Take you higher.
Quincy played and produced for everyone. You don't have We Are the World.
Inspire.
Quincy was the man.
And sweet
Cute.
when we feel that body.
But he sure knew how to set a mood and a vibe. Can you feel it? I know you can feel it. Jay Fern, what up, though? No, don't start with me on that. Play. I told. I told Jay Firm I was gonna let my hair grow back, and he said he wasn't gonna do it. He pull up, pull it up, looking like a convertible Saab. You know what I'm talking about, around the side. Shout out to all them brothers whose hair just won't no more, you know. Yes, Karen, he did bring out so many artists. Good morning. My mom is listening, everybody. Everybody tell my mama happy New Year, okay?
Oh, I like it.
Just say happy birthday, Mom.
I like it a lot.
We are listening to all of the most intriguing, most unique, the best jazz intros of all time.
Till I get home. 'Cause I'm cheating.
Quincy did do that. Leslie Gore, It's My Party.
Some call it
Y'all better tell my mama good morning, okay?
fly.
Because I'm going to tell y'all something. If you're
Love's
ever in Katy, Texas, and you hungry, you stop by my mama's house, she'll be like, okay, it's some food on the stove, baby. Or if you're hungry, go wash your hands and go in the refrigerator and make you something to eat. You feel it? Can you feel it? Okay, now coming up next, we're bringing into some Detroit gold. It is the song that set the mood. If fellas, if you have a wife, a woman who is now your wife, or a woman you hope to be your wife, if you have a girlfriend, the next song sets the mood, sets the tone for a wonderful night at home. Can you feel it? And it's from a Detroit artist. It's amazing watching Dawn try to be quiet over here. Do you remember this? The second you heard the soft, smooth strings of Earl Klugh. It's called Heartstring. And it set the perfect musical backdrop for a couple on Belle Isle having a picnic. Having dinner for two out on the balcony. Or just walking down the street hand in hand. It was about Heartstring. And you knew every time that you heard this song, it just brought a smile to your face. Oh, feels so good. I remember that. Now, coming up next. Oh, incidentally, before we get to what we're going to play next, let's enjoy some Earl Klugh. I knew the first time I heard this song on WJZZ, I ran out and bought the album and the cassette, and I think I even had it on CD. This was one of my favorite songs because it just mellowed me right out. I could sit back. I had a 1971 Pontiac Grand Prix. It was brown. And I would play this song and just sit out at Belle Isle by myself and just watch the water. My mom is saying Happy New Year's to all of the listeners. That's coming from my mom, me and Dawn's mom. That's me and Dawn mama. But I would sit there by the water when this was playing and just think about everything that I've been through and everything that the Lord is taking me to. And I would gain strength from that because I know He didn't bring me this far to drop me off. Y'all understand? What's the name of the album that this song is on? I believe it is Heartstring, if I'm not mistaken. So everybody, while you're listening, I'd like for you to hit the share button. Share us with all of your friends. Incidentally, let's get back to that listener's choice thing. Here's what I need you to do. Take your phone and go to the recorder, the recorder in your phone. Record 4 sessions or 4 segments of yourself doing intros and saying hello. You can do shout outs or whatever. Send those to me, along with 12 titles of jazz songs, 12 titles. And what I will do is I will put together an hour show with you. You will be the star, not me. Dennis Bowles, what's going on, baby? So, send me a segment. And Squeaky, you can do this because you got the personality for it. Send me, record your voice on your phone, doing 4 different segments, saying, and it's got to say one thing. It's got to say WJZD Listener's Choice Music. And you can say whatever else you want. Send me 12 songs, the list of 12 songs. I will put the songs together. I will put your voice on top of it, and you'll be the star. Send to WJZDradio@gmail.com, and I will make you a star. Hey, Joyce, how are you? Happy Friday. Durham, North Carolina. Is it snowing there? Is it snowing? It's snowing in where? Atlanta? It's snowing in Atlanta. My brother, Pookie, is snowed in Kansas City. Don't y'all laugh at my brother's name. Y'all all know y'all got a Pookie in your family too, okay? You don't got a Pookie, you got a Ray Ray or Nuck Nuck somebody. Food for thought. If you don't have to go out, don't. Now, speaking of going out, our next song, everybody has heard the next song. It is by Bob James. And I'm gonna give it away. All I gotta say is one word. A hit TV show, Taxi. What are you making? I want some. That's right. The theme from Taxi by Bob James. We've got a lot of great music on the way. You guys need to hang out with me until 10 o'clock. It's going to be a wonderful day. Right now, 26 minutes before the top of the hour. Earl Klugh from Detroit. Heartstring. We are checking out all of the top jazz intros. Hope you're enjoying it, but I know you'll remember this one. You remember this. Louis De Palma, come on. Reverend Jim. For me, right after the news. Channel 2. And for a minute, I did not know this was Bob James. When I found out, I had to have it. It's simply entitled Angela. And shot to the top of the jazz charts. And even managed to make it into some of the R&B charts. Oh yeah, it does sound so good live. I've heard him do this one live. And did you know Bob James does live in Michigan? Really? Well, hello, Susan out in L.A. We're praying for you, number one. Thankful that you are safe, Susan. Thank you for joining us. Please share us with your friends. Tell everybody out there in L.A. that WJZD Radio and Detroit, Michigan, and the surrounding cities and states, we are pulling for L.A. it's amazing. I got to share this. Dawn and I was watching the news last night, and on TMZ, because I do watch it, so I get stories and ideas what to do in my show. But they were bad-mouthing a reporter because he had on a yellow jacket, and in order to make himself look good, they pinched the back of it with clothespins to make it look like it was form-fitting. And it did. And they wouldn't have known. They turned to the side as he was showing the destruction in Los Angeles, and somebody saw the clothespin and was bad-mouthing that poor guy. I'm like, does it matter? If it makes him feel good about himself doing his job, what does it matter if he had on paper clips, clothespins, whatever? I'm just saying. Oh, guitarist Perry Hughes performs with Bob James. Perry Hughes and I used to be at the Lansdowne in downtown Detroit. I was the manager of the Lansdowne, and he was playing guitar for Norma Jean Bell and the All-Stars. Now, that was a good time. But once again, Susan over in L.A., we are praying for you. And if our music brings comfort to you guys, if it just makes you feel better, helps you relax, relieve some of the stress that I know that you are enduring, then we have done a small portion to help you feel better, and we are thankful for that. Thankful for that opportunity to bring some comfort out of the stress and the strain and the danger. And because when this started, Keith McAllister was actually driving down the streets of Los Angeles, videotaping it for me, and shot it to me. And he said, "These are the streets of Los Angeles." And it's amazing. Wow. So please stop and say a prayer for everyone who lives in California, especially in Los Angeles. Those fires are not joking. Now forgive me for saying it like this. We got fire on the West Coast. We have snow in the middle and the southern states. None here in Michigan, just cold. The weather's going crazy. One of two things here. First of all, global warming is real. The politicians don't want you to believe it's real, but it is. And no, that's number two. Global warming is real, number two. Number one, God's trying to tell us something, folks. And if you don't listen, it may be too late. He is tearing it all down so he can restart it fresh. And he's done it before, he can do it again. Our God's trying to tell us something. Just a little food for thought. I'm just going to park that right there, okay? But our thoughts and prayers are going out to those who are experiencing challenging weather conditions and fires and snow and storms. Our prayers are with you. Got about 1, 2, 3, 4 more songs to go. Now, I bet you everybody remembers this one. You're going to turn that down. You remember this. The second you hear it, you know it's Roy Ayers. And you know it must be summertime because generally I play this only in the summer. You know why? Because everybody loves the sunshine. My life,
my life, my life, my life, my life in the sunshine. Everybody loves the sunshine.
Everybody loves this song.
sunshine.
Thank you.
Everybody loves the sunshine. Sunshine.
Top intros of all time.
Folks get down in the sunshine.
You already knew. We've already heard hits from Jan Ackerman, Grover Washington, the Blackbirds,
Folks
Donald
get down in
Byrd,
the sunshine.
Chuck Mangione, Deodato.
Just
We've
bees
heard
and
from Herbie
things
Hancock,
and
Hiroshima, and so many more.
just bees and things and flowers.
Where were you when you heard this?
Just bees and things and flowers.
I know the Bowles family was with me out on Belle Isle.
Bees and things and
Good morning, Gaston. That's all right, better late than never. We've got plenty of music to go.
my life, my life, my life, my life in the sunshine.
And isn't it amazing
Everybody loves the sunshine.
that I sure hope Roy got paid when Mary J. sampled this.
Everybody loves the sunshine.
You remember Mary J. Somebody actually said when they heard this song, they said, "Oh, they biting off of Mary J. Blige." I'm like, no, young one.
Down in
Young one, sit down and shut up and listen. Roy created this. Mary borrowed it.
shine.
Just like most rappers sampled James Brown. And I think it was James Brown that was, they sampled Frankie Beverly. Long as the original artist got paid on it, or if they gave permission, I'm cool with it. If you're making better music from music that was already great,
Feel what I feel when I feel what I feel when I'm feeling
oh, some Bobby Humphrey.
in the sunshine.
See, Anthony is, Tony is pulling stuff from back when we were young. I know what you're doing.
Feel what I feel when I feel what I feel when I'm
I'm
feeling
gonna have to dig up some Bobby Humphrey, see if I can do
in the
that.
sunshine.
All right, sing everybody. Do what I do when I do what I do when I'm doing.
Do what I do when I do what I do when I'm doing
In the sunshine.
in the sunshine.
Feel what I feel, what I feel when I feel what I'm feeling.
Do what I do.
Oh, my bad.
Do what I do when I'm doing in the sunshine.
Are you having a good time this morning? Welcome to the Rise and Grind Morning on WJZD Radio. Now, I've got a few more songs together, but when you heard this song, it just carried you through the day. This song made me feel good. One of my favorite artists, Sergio Mendes. This reminds me of Rosetta. I'm sorry. Every time I hear it.
Looking forward to seeing you. Life's been such a long, long time. Looking forward to feeling your
I love when I listen to my music. It takes me back to pleasant times, pleasant memories. Hanging out with Tony Hoy, Rosetta, Doc.
on my mind.
Hanging out with Kyle Lamont. See, you can't get in any trouble if you hang out with Kyle Lamont. You want to know why? Kyle is so mellow and chill. You'd be like, no, I'm good here.
To look forward,
Kyle is just a mellow soul.
part of your love and the
Kyle is the kind of guy that if any of you married fellas want to go hang out, tell your wife that I'm going out with Kyle Lamont. She'd be like, fine. He'll not only when you come back early, bring me something to eat.
real thing.
Kyle's that guy. He'll be on this afternoon at 2 o'clock till 6 p.m.
The real thing.
This is the real thing.
There are no words that can express the way
I feel today, 'cause I feel today like no other day. Longing more and more for your loving.
Here we go.
There are no songs
Good morning to Marvin Yates. We call him Data.
like trouble mind, my trouble mind. To be troubled
This is the Rise and Grind Morning. Got a couple more songs.
to
One is by Freddie Hubbard. And we've got some Jean-Luc Ponty featuring Detroit's own bass pimp himself, Mr. Ralph Armstrong. Hey, Ralph, if you're listening, get well soon. He wasn't feeling, his usual perky 100% self yesterday. Dear, would you call Ralph and tell him I'm about to play his song? One of his many. And if you haven't read, Ralph Armstrong has a book out. He used to be the bass player for Aretha Franklin. And I was reading it yesterday. Ralph has played with everybody, but his special times were with Aretha Franklin. And in reading the book and seeing the pictures, it's amazing that Ralph, number one, Ralph is, he ain't no humble soul. He'll check you if you're wrong. He checked me a couple of times back in the past, but we cool now. But the amazing pictures and times and names, and he knows everybody. And see, I didn't know Ralph had that wavy hair. He had that good wavy hair back in the day. Ralph's waves were on swim, okay? And they were set in swim mode. It was just like... But the bass pimp himself, that boy can play a bass. It was so good, it's like catfish and grits. Whenever you hear me yell catfish and grits, you know they jamming, because that's good. I love me some catfish and grits. The book is called My Friend, the Queen, from her court jester, Ralph Armstrong. You can buy it off of Ralph. Just go down to Baker's Keyboard Lounge. Ralph plays there every Friday and Saturday night along with Gerard Gibbs and Galen McKinney. And he's always got the book with him. You can buy it off of him. And pictures of Dawn is in there. She's in the book. Galen is in the book. Is Perry in the book? I'm not sure if Perry Hughes is in there. Galen McKinney is in there. And you can buy it on Amazon, too. Once again, the title of the book is My Friend the Queen, from her court jester, Ralph Armstrong. This is the Rise and Grind Morning. Your man, Don Allen. We are checking out all the most amazing jazz intros that you have ever seen. One of my all-time favorites. I love me some Sergio Mendes. We just lost Sergio, too. Broke my heart. Coming up next, I've got a song from Freddie Hubbard. And I believe it was Alvin who told me, you need to drop this one down. So I went on and did it. Because so far, Alvin has not led me wrong. This guy, his musical knowledge, his jazz knowledge is up there pretty close to mine. Smoke Jones, what's going on? Gayla McKinney was Aretha's drummer for the last 3 years of her life, and she was never fired from the band. And that needs to be said because Aretha was notoriously known for firing her band. Ralph played for her for 35 years, and she fired him 30 times. She called him right back, But Galen was the only one who never got fired. Good morning, Joyce. Join from Durham, North Carolina. You have a wonderful day. And my man Smoke Jones. This is Freddie Hubbard. Day one you heard it. I don't know where you were in Detroit, but it just put a little pep in your step. This is Freddie Hubbard, Liquid Love. You gotta love it when it's liquid, baby. This is the part 2 of our examination, our experimentation, our enjoyment of all the jazz intros over the years. Guys, if you have never seen Ralph Armstrong and you want to know why we call him the bass pimp, first go down to Baker's tonight or tomorrow night and just watch him do what he do. Ralph Armstrong can make a bass guitar sound like a lead guitar. And I mean, since he was, how old was he, baby? 15? He was 15 years old at Cass Technical High School when I think it was Jean-Luc Ponty or somebody snatched him. Who was it? John McLaughlin snatched him out of high school. So and he played with the Mahavishnu Orchestra. Okay, I'm getting it. Well, thank you, Alvin. Alvin says, I'm his inspiration when he grows up. Which is, he's only about a year or two behind me. Oh. Drop by email, East Town Drive. Thank you so much. Good morning, Margie. The top jazz intros. The next song, we've been talking about Ralph. How old was Ralph when he did the intro to Sunset Drive? Okay, so when Ralph was 20 or 21 years old, he's 600 now. He sleeps, so he don't know what I'm talking about. When he was 20, 21 years old, he got a call from Jean-Luc Ponty. And they invited him to play bass on this one track. And the song became a hit because of the bass line. So think about it. A young guy out of Detroit and playing with a world-renowned musician such as Jean-Luc Ponty, he becomes a world-renowned bassist. And now he's told me this himself. He is already a classically trained bassist. I mean, you know that upright acoustic bass violin, which is what they call it? It's acoustic bass, the tall one. And Ralph has mastered all of them. I taught him everything he knows. And if he's listening, I'm never going to hear the end of this. But that's all right. Because he can only do it when I'm at the club. But this is Freddie Hubbard right here, called Liquid Love. Don't forget, for those of you who are watching on Facebook and on YouTube, we do appreciate you. We invite you to go to our website at WJZDRadioDetroit.com and press the play button. You can enjoy the vibe all day or night. It doesn't matter where you are around the world. We stream 24 hours a day worldwide. We appreciate your support. But after we turn the camera off, you won't be able to see me. And which is cool because I look so much better with the camera off. Coming up next, Jean-Luc Ponty featuring Detroit bassist Supreme, the pimp. He a bad man, Mr. Ralph Armstrong. We are here at WJZD Radio Detroit doing our very best to keep pushing this art form known as jazz music, keeping it alive. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to share this stuff. We have to share it with those who don't really understand what this art form is all about. It is not about making limericks, and putting them to somebody else's music track. These guys actually studied their art. They studied the violin. They studied the bass. They studied the keys. They studied the drums. This is Jean-Luc Ponty. This will be the final tune for the hour. It's called Sunset Drive, featuring Ralph Armstrong on the bass. Now listen to this bass guitar. A 21-year-old Ralph Armstrong from Detroit, Michigan is on the bass. Shout out to John, who's listening to us while he's driving north. Don't get in no trouble with that game. And that, my friends, is how a record becomes a classic. Listen, guys, it's been a pleasure playing for you today. I pray that you're a blessing to somebody. Be a blessing to somebody who can't bless you back, okay? Be the reason why someone smiles. It's cold out there. If you're driving around and you see somebody shivering, in need, throw them a couple of dollars. Let them get a nice hot cup of coffee. That may be the only kind act they receive today. And look out. What's up, Martin Ruffin? Don't forget, if you'd like to be a musical star, all you got to do, send me a list of 12 songs. Send me 4 voice recordings of yourself. Mention WJZD Radio. Mention Listener's Choice. You can say whatever else you want. Send it to WJZDRadio@gmail.com. It's always a pleasure and a privilege. Also, don't forget Cliff Bells. Well, I'll be talking about it. You'll hear the commercial all week, every hour on the hour. Cliff Bells, the RSVP All-Stars. They are coming to town. Featuring Michael Hicks on lead guitar. Yours truly, I'll be the MC that night. Hope you'll join us down at Cliff Bells. You'll hear the commercial, relax. I'm running it every freaking hour. You want to find out what's going on in and around the city of Detroit, listen to WJZD Radio. We play all of the spots. Everybody who's doing something, we're playing it. Listen, make it a great day on purpose. Be the reason why somebody smiles. Lighten somebody else's load. Thank you, John, for not getting in trouble at the hockey tournament. I'm definitely not coming up north to get you out. Better call Santa Claus. He's closer to you. Don't forget, you can check out Maurizio D'Aduzio at 12 noon. Kyle Lamont has you at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Mellow Mike has you at 8 p.m. Gene Edwards has you at 10 p.m. J Square takes you through the night. O'Neal Stevens had you in the morning. And then you're right back with me again. I remember Dawn and I were at Music Hall. We met Jean-Luc. Oh, she knew him. She introduced him to me. Don't forget to support our advertisers. You know, guys at City Warehouse and Kingsman Shoes. Cliff Bells, a 70s Quick Lube, Treasure Gems. The Firm, J Firm Lawn Care. These are just off the top of my head. And we're gonna have to try to do this again. I'm gonna get with Alvin and see if we can dig up some more intros, songs with intros. 12 more of them. Alvin, if you're listening, give me 12 more supersonic intros. That everybody they're immediately recognizable the second you hear them. And if you've got one, send it to me. say, Don, how about this one? As soon as you hear this song, bam, you know what it is. My email address is wjzdradio@gmail.com. If you've got a hit, let me know about it. Incidentally, I think Dawn is going to be on the Listener's Choice this weekend. She just found out. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. God bless.